Match day 2 of the AFC Champions League Elite 2025-26, and an intriguing battle coming up as well between Vissel Kobe up against Melbourne City FC. It's the reigning J-League champions against the A-League champions in what should be a competitive match. That's the way the group stands at the moment. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who won their game earlier, going level with FC Seoul on 4 points at the top of the group. This new look format, of course, into its second season in the AFC Champions League Elite. There's the weather conditions in Kobe tonight. Reminder, it's 8 teams that go through from the east, 8 teams that go through from the west into the round of 16, which will take place early in the new year, or in the new year, should I say. But it's all about the group stage now. Both teams looking for some positivity tonight. Vissel Kobe in the maroon, Melbourne City in their usual sky blue. Of course, they are owned by the City Group, same owners as Manchester City and various other clubs around the globe these days as well. Mumbai City FC in India, who also wear the trademark light blue or sky blue. And those home fans keen for success. They're chasing a third successive J-League title, but more importantly, they're looking for some success on a continental level as well. Always a great atmosphere when you come to these stadiums in Japan, and tonight is no exception. Because the AFC club competition spread over 4 nights now. 3 nights of AFC Champions League Elite, 3 nights of AFC Champions League 2 action, and the AFC Challenge League, the third tier now in this pyramid, getting underway a little bit later on in the month. Well, they're under no doubt as to their standing, the #1 club in Asia, Vissel Kobe. They have had a good season in the J-League so far. There are 6 games to go. They're 4 points behind the leaders, Sanfrecce Kashima Antlers. Well, they would love to get a victory here tonight as well, to keep themselves on track. A win would actually take them to the top of the group, having won their opening game against Shanghai Port. So another 3 points tonight would take them on to 6 points to leapfrog the 2 teams you saw at the top, Sanfrecce Hiroshima and FC Seoul. The teams have been waiting in the tunnel for quite some time. They can hear the atmosphere, they can hear the noise that's building outside. I'm sure both teams are just keen to get on with this now. The usual flags make their way out onto the field. Well, they were in the J-League Cup, Vissel Kobe, until just a few weeks ago. They met Yokohama FC in the quarter-finals, lost the first leg 2-0 away in Yokohama before coming here and winning 1-0, but it wasn't good enough to overturn the aggregate. So no silverware in forms of the J-League Cup this season, but they're certainly hopeful of progressing as one of the 8 teams out of this eastern section in the AFC Champions League Elite. Somewhat unusual sometimes to get used to Vissel Kobe in that maroon kit. They used to play in the familiar black and white stripes, which forms part of their crest. Melbourne City have always adopted the sky blue. Only founded back in 2009 as Melbourne Heart. It's all been over the last few years that they've really come to prominence since they were overtaken and taken over rather by the City Group. They do have interest in Japan, the City Group as well. They're owners of Yokohama F. Marinos. Twelve clubs in their portfolio as it stands. Well, here are the teams. Matias Tula is the captain, the Brazilian. That's the way they'll line up. It's a 4-3-3. Yamauchi will sit at the heart of that sort of triangle in the middle. Hamasaki and Klinsmann just in front. A couple of goalkeepers on the bench for them tonight, but plenty of options for the coaches to choose in this competition. Monday Obong is Nigerian. Unusual to see foreign goalkeepers these days, but you occasionally get them. Uzbekistan provides all our match officials. Rustam Lutfulin is our referee tonight. Referees coming from the west to referee tonight. And Melbourne City, plenty of these players played in that first game. Patrick Beach, the goalkeeper. Aziz Behic is the captain. He'll be playing at left back. And a lot resting on that front two again. It's a 4-1-4-2 really. A 3-1-4-2, sorry. But it is quite an attacking formation tonight for Aurelio Vidmar. And again, those are the options available off the bench, just the one foreigner, the Norwegian. But they do have a Japanese in their ranks, of course. Takeshi Kanamori wears number 10 tonight. Behic, the captain. Big influence on this Melbourne City side. He has been at the club a couple of seasons, played for Al Nassr on loan last season. Well, he went to Al Nassr on loan, but didn't play. Behic. Will that man have a point to prove tonight? Takeshi Kanamori was last in Japan with Avispa Fukuoka. Played 131 games for them. He was at Kashima Antlers, who currently sit at the top of the J-League, for a couple of seasons back, 2017 to 2019. Melbourne City is his first club outside of Japan, and it's only his second appearance for them tonight. Will be Melbourne City in the sky blue that will get us underway. They'll kick from left to right in the first half at the Navir Stadium here in Kobe. Melbourne City know that a victory is vital for them tonight. They lost their opening game, as we said, to Sanfrecce Hiroshima by 2-0. The challenge from Ferreira. A lot of South American representation on the field tonight. 3 Brazilians in the Vissel Kobe side. German Ferreira hails from Argentina. Komatsu was the man who was brought down by that challenge, by Kai Truan. All over the top, chase on for Melbourne City haven't yet got their A-League season underway. They've got the first games coming up in a couple of weeks' time. That was a really good ball in by Kanamori, only half cleared, and the referee says that's a foul on the edge of the penalty area. But early signs of Takeshi Kanamori getting to the byline. Always good to get him behind the defenders early on. Saki involved, it's a corner. Komatsu, who was involved in that challenge a moment or so ago, is okay. There's the Vissel Kobe head coach, Takayuki Yoshida. Finished his career with Vissel Kobe, played over 140 games for them in a 5-year spell at the end of his playing career. It's his third spell as coach. To defend here. Shooting chance from a long way out, but way over the top. Kuya Yaruki, he's one of the forward players, Aurelio Vidmar. Attacking midfielder during his playing days. Over 250 games for Adelaide City. And quite a stellar playing career in Australia. Some good battles all over the field tonight. That was a good header from Gustavo Klinsmann, another Brazilian in the Vissel Kobe ranks. Strong through that sort of spine of the team. Iwami and Tula at the back with Klinsmann just in front of the two. Two and a half weeks till Melbourne City play their first A-League game of the new season. Western Sydney on the 18th of October. Chase on down that far side for Durakovic. Let him save with a clearance. Been unlucky in their previous two campaigns. Melbourne City, they finished second in the group on both occasions. Of course, it was a slightly different format to the one that we play these days. It was the 14 groups, but not all the second place teams went through, and unfortunately for Melbourne, despite having good performances in the group, it wasn't quite good enough to see them through to the knockout stages. Yuruki. Tula. Away by Suichi Gonda. I just wonder whether and how much sharper the Japanese might be tonight. We saw in that first game against San Fris Hiroshima that having played 20-odd league games at the time they played Melbourne City, obviously playing competitively every week, where Melbourne are just getting back into an almost pre-season scenario. Nicely played off by Jean-Patrick. Patient from Vissel Kobe in the build-up. Well, they've tried to prepare as best they could, Melbourne. I suppose the benefit of not playing league games at the moment is they were able to travel and arrive in Japan on Sunday, which means they've had a good few days here to train, and trained on the pitch here at the stadium last night as the part of the official training. And they are describing this as probably their toughest test of their group matches. It's another ball whipped in with a bit of pace. They have had 2 weeks to train since that San Fries defeat. Jean-Patrick forced back towards his own goal. Here he is again, Jean-Patrick. Slices right across it, it'll almost be kept in. Almost turned into a reasonably good pass that from the Brazilian. Good press again from Vissel Kobe. Patrick Beach just hurried in the clearance a little. Guided header back by Gustavo Klinsmann. There's Takuya Iwanmi. Just run out of play by Nanase down that far side. Give it away cheaply again by Melbourne, who's your rookie. Wins his side another corner, so good early pressure this from Vissel Kobe. More defending to do for Melbourne City. Nanase will come across from right back to take the corner. Jean-Patrick just having a telling off from the referee. It's as is Behic, the man that's marking him. He scored 4 goals in 63 J-League games, Jean-Patrick. Prolific as a striker at any manner of means. That's a good header away, but still not fully cleared. And I say, just wildly took a swing at that one. Ball runs out of play. Will be a throw into Melbourne, who've survived another corner. Nanase, who's made over 50 appearances now for Vissel Kobe. I think the goalkeepers handle that outside the area. Suichi Gonda. Well, he was bent along the line. Gonda's come out, and that's a good decision by the referee. He was well placed to see that. It's not a moment Gonda will want to see too often. Just got his angles wrong. has come into the team tonight, playing the Champions League. Gonda doesn't play or hasn't made a league appearance since joining from Debreceni. Hasn't played a game for them. Shimzu Espolz was where he made most of his appearances, almost 150 in the J-League. But he's put his side under a bit of pressure here. This could be a good opportunity for Melbourne. Ferreira, Truin, Suprayan are all in there, looking to try and see if they can get a touch on this. Needs to be whipped in with a bit of pace, but it's too high. It's a poor free kick really in that sort of position. Disappointing from Kanamori. Gonda got away with that one. That was a 3-0 win over Shanghai Port for Vissel Kobe on match day 1. Both players that scored on that occasion aren't featuring tonight. Or 3 players rather, Eric, Miyashiro and Osako. Citano. Ferreira. Beach just got him caught under his feet slightly, the goalkeeper. Chance to move the ball forward for Melbourne. Finished second in the A-League last season. Another really good season for them after all the investment. Beat Western United in the semi-finals in the end-of-season playoffs before going on to beat Melbourne Victory in the final. Ball up by Matthias Tuller. It was an awkward one. Clumsy free kick given away. Foul on Nathaniel Atkinson. Makakeri. Ferreira. Free kick for Suprayan. It's almost good ball down the line. It just lost its way a little bit as it was aimed towards Schreiber. Over a quarter of an hour played already. No real clear-cut chances in the game. Vissel Kobe, I think, have had the more of the possession. They've had 2 or 3 corners already in the opening minutes of the game. Awkward one again for the defender. Managed to hook that one away, Truman, before Sean Patrick could put him under any pressure. Rookie. Keeping their shape well at the moment, Melbourne. So both sides going with a, looks like a 4-3-3. We think Melbourne just playing slightly more attacking. They are 4 games unbeaten coming into this. Vissel Kobe, 2 wins on the spin against Sumisu Espolse and Tokyo Verde in the league. Defeat actually came against Yokohama in that J-League Cup match in the first leg. 5 unbeaten if you count their AFC Champions League opening match. It's played back by Hamasaki. Again by Beach. It was a good header by Shillington. Have won 18 of their 32 league games, their 22 league games, sorry, so far. Vissel Kobe. The 32 games played, they have got 8 games to go, just 8 defeats this season. Very good season for Takayuki Yoshida. Good running again by Kanamori. But, foul by Matthias Tula, who doesn't agree with the referee's decision, but he is a tricky character when he's on the ball, Takeshi Kanamori. Haven't got either of their 2 top scorers in the starting lineup tonight. Vissel Kobe, Eric Exposito, who has 9 goals in the league, and Miyashiro Tasai, who's on 11. He's on the bench tonight. Tasai, but no, Osako, who's also chipped in with 6 goals in the J-League this season. Those 3 have got the lion's share of the goals between them. All eyes on their defence at the moment. Good header down, the shot took a deflection, the initial clearance didn't really have much distance on it. It's faster than the pace of Schreiber, who hit that one from the edge of the area. Plenty of space, nobody chased out when that header came away. It was Komatsu with the clearing header. A lot of bodies to get through for Schreiber. He couldn't find a way through. First of the match, referee spotted a shove on the goalkeeper. Harrison Shillington with the shove. Just there, the block on Gonda. And there wasn't too much in it, just trying to muscle his way in front of the goalkeeper, who was only looking for that little bit of contact. Just watched out to play well that time by Shillington. They've usually rookie down this near side quite a lot in the opening minutes. Vissel Kobe, they obviously see him as an outlet with Jean-Patrick on the other side. The home fans are not too happy with one or two of the challenges at the moment. Ren Komatsu going down off the ball. That time was a little nudge there from Kai Truitt. Cleared by Vissel Kobe. Nobody really in a positive position for Melbourne. Again, that's Yuruki trying to wriggle his way down the line. John Patrick's done a lot of running so far without really causing any great problems for this Melbourne defence. So he hasn't had the best of seasons in terms of goal scoring. He hasn't scored in the J-League this season in 16 matches. Tulla. Citano. Good movement off the ball again. That was the overlap from Yuruki, which just created a slight diversion. Back by Hamasaki. Little early storm from Vissel Kobe in the early stages, but I'm sure they'll be happy to have got to this stage. That'll be a free kick foul on bare hitch. A clumsy challenge from Komatsu. It's just a little bit of a painful one, I think. So 4 points behind the leaders, Vissel Kobe. There are 6 matches left in the J-League. And they're bidding for their 3rd successive title. That's a good-looking ball in. Bit of space at the back. Maroon shirts getting back. That was Jean-Patrick helping back on defensive duty. Third appearance in the AFC Champions League for Melbourne. Will this be their year that they can actually make it beyond the group stage in this new format? They didn't participate last season. Good ball out to Jurikovic. You see how many Vissel Kobe players are back behind the ball here, trying to prevent Melbourne getting anything going forward. Just need to make sure they don't foul here. That's good defending in the end by Nanase. Just to make sure that one crossed the line. Aurelio Vidmar, who was previously coached in Thailand with Bangkok United and BG Pathum United, 2 sides also with good AFC pedigree. 44 times he played for Australia, Aurelio Vidmar, during a playing career that brought him good success. Played in the Olympic Games as well for Australia. Half an hour gone, still goalless between Vissel Kobe and Melbourne City. I certainly feel that would favour the Australians, although having lost their opening home game. Vidmar said in his little pre-match interview on the team's arrival, he knew how tough this would be. Very physical, the Japanese, he said. Goal kick, and Atkinson needs to be careful here because that reaction could earn him a yellow card, and does earn him a yellow card from the referee. Well, certainly he felt that that should have been a corner. Got a point. To go off Matthias Tula, the final touch, but unfortunately you can't do that to referees. It's an unnecessary yellow card, really. Puts him on the edge really for the rest of the game, the midfielder. Had a spell, a couple of years in Scotland with Hearts in the Scottish Premier League before moving back to Australia and rejoining Melbourne. It's given away cheaply. Oh! Fiercely struck. I think the goalkeeper's got a touch on that. What a strike that was from Gustavo Klinsmann. And that goes down as a good save by Patrick Beach. It was his error, really, that gave the ball away. He was quick to get back into position. And just a fingertip. I'm not too sure he even managed to move the ball. It was that much pace on it. Klinsmann caught that really well. And that's the first real opportunity of a strike on goal we've seen from either team in the opening minutes. Another corner to defend here for Melbourne. Kingsman it will be to take it. It's an in-swinger. Goalkeeper quarterback coming, just backtracked, and Truan got the header away. Yuruki. Suprayan got a little bit of distance on that. Maybe not as much as he would have liked, but it will eventually run through to Beach in goal. Melbourne's other fixtures in this: home games against Buriram United, Johor Darul Taksim from Malaysia, and then away games against Mashida Zelvia, FC Seoul, who currently sit jointly top of the group, and Ulsan Hyundai, who are another side who are former winners of the AFC Champions League. Back to Gonda. Yuruki gets away from one, gets away from two. It's a brilliant run this from Yuruki. Come up with an end product though. Behic managed to get that one away, but it's coming back at Melbourne once again. Yamamuchi. That's come off Sean Patrick right at the back post behind Behic. Gone for a goal kick. Lovely skills from Yuruki. Years of age now. Koya Yuruki was at Urawa Red Diamonds prior to playing with Vissel Kobe. Two-time J-League winners with Vissel Kobe. Came off Ferreira. Gonda. Fouled by Klinsmann in that central area. So he's one of the Brazilians in the Vissel Kobe lineup. Gustavo Klinsmann. That's good pressure. Tula that managed to get the ball away. It's the first time really we've seen any pressure on the central defenders from Melbourne City. Of course, from the coach. have got partnerships. Vissel Kobe with one or two clubs around the world. Aston Villa in the Premier League, Górnik Zabrze in Poland, and Seattle Sounders in the USA. Aurelio Vidmar is the 7th coach that Melbourne City have had since their inception. John van Schip was the first coach back in 2009. He was the longest serving coach so far in terms of length of tenure and the matches he was in charge. Oh, that's a foul, and that could be a bit of trouble here for Caetano. Well, it was a high challenge. Is he going to get away without a yellow card? It was another error from a goalkeeper, really, which led to that. It was a heavy touch there. Good pressing from Ferreira. It is a chance for Melbourne to put the ball back into the danger area. Behic is over this, Kanamori is over this. Trying to Fox Behic for the in-swinging option towards the goalkeeper, but good defending by Vissel Kobe. They weren't fooled by that free kick. Nice ball inside Nanase. Good covering defending again from Truant. Like to get forward for the back, Nanase. Not so much Caetano on this near side. Sean Patrick's little flick header. Klinsmann. Bit of space here for Melbourne, two in the middle. Kanamori. Oh, in the end, can't pick out the middle. Atkinson was in a good position there. Kanamori's decided to go on his own and try and grab a little bit of glory in his home country. Just held his run there, Atkinson, found that little bit of space. He just needed to maybe roll that one. He was onside. In the end, it goes well wide from Kanamori. Couldn't get the bend on it that he needed to. It's well wide. He managed to get in a position to get in the shot for Melbourne City. Klinsmann. Caetano. Klinsmann again. I think that inadvertently went off the back of Atkinson. No, it's offside, in fact, against Klinsmann. Is it Klinsmann? Someone coming back from an offside position, so it will be a Melbourne City ball. 3 minutes to go to half-time. Vissel Kobe coach will be disappointed his side haven't managed to get themselves in front in the first half. They were 3 up at half-time against Shanghai Port in the first game. But here they've been stifled by Melbourne City, who've done a good job defensively in the first half. Just that one shot really from Klinsmann that troubled Patrick Beach. Header away from Klinsmann under pressure. Sliced up in the air by Truant. Almost found its way through to Yaruki. Atkinson. Space again here. Behic. 3 in the middle. Supriyan. Still the pressure on at the end of the first half. Final minute of normal time in the first half. I don't think there'll be too much added time. Once again, Melbourne have been forced back though by a Tulla's header, looking for Jean-Patrick, put forward again by Atkinson. Just kept in play by Kanamori. No, he wasn't just kept in play. Flag was up a little bit late over on that far side. Kanamori just trying to guide that ball back. Minute to be added at the end of the first half. Didn't think there'd be a lot. Behic. Jean-Patrick just going in a little bit too strong on the Melbourne City captain. That'll probably be just about it for the first half. Melbourne might just have time to take the free kick, but won't probably have time to do much with it. Well, there goes the whistle. In fact, there wasn't even time to take the free kick. So the referee brings a very competitive first half to a close. It was a first half that didn't have too many chances. Gonda gave the ball away and had to recover himself. He did handball outside his area, but the free kick came to nothing. Tulla marshalled his defence pretty well in that first half. Gustavo Klinsmann with the best shot of that first half. Just a little tip over by Patrick Beach in the Melbourne goal. I think Melbourne will be the happier of the two sides going in at half-time, 0-0. Kanamori had a couple of half chances, but didn't manage to hit the target. One of those games you feel could go either way, and the first goal in the second half will be important. Half-time, it's Vissel Kobe 0, Melbourne City 0. Welcome back to the Kobe City Misaki Park Stadium here in Kobe. Melbourne City in their huddle at the start of the second half. Solid performance from them in terms of a defensive rearguard in that first half, but didn't really show much going forward. Cyprian at the heart of that three-man defence has managed to keep the Vissel Kobe attack quiet. They didn't have that one shot, the long ranger from Gustavo Klinsmann, that was tipped over by Patrick Beach. Your rookie there saw a lot of the ball in that first half as well. And the three behind the front man. Komatsu didn't have too much of the ball in that first half. As Vissel Kobe fans have been in good voice all night so far, trying to will their side a goal. Will they be successful in the second half, I wonder? So a win for Vissel Kobe would put them on top of the group after the second round of matches. A long way to go, of course, in the competition. But after beating Shanghai Port in their first game, another win would put them on to 6 points ahead of FC Seoul and Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who are both on 4. And a win for Melbourne, well, that would put them right into the mix as one of the teams on 3 points at this early stage. They won't want to fall too far behind, as we say, with some tough games to come over the next few match days as well. We're underway then. Referee Rustam Lutfulin from Uzbekistan. It's the sky blue of Melbourne City defending the goal away to the right-hand side in this second half. It'll be a bit noisy for Patrick Beach with all those Vissel Kobe fans behind him. Early ball played out wide by Klinsmann. There were Japanese representatives in the final of the AFC Champions League Elite last year. Kawasaki Frontale, who lost out 2-0 to Al Ahly from Saudi Arabia. Another win for Al Ahly, who've been one of the dominant teams in this competition over the years. Australian team managed to make it through to the round of 16. Central Coast Mariners, one of the representatives last season. It was 8 match days played now. Well, there are 8 match days, should I say, across the competition. This new format, or newish format, second year of the format, with 12 teams in the group. Japan had 3 teams through to the round of 16. Vissel Kobe, Kawasaki Frontale and Yokohama Marinos. Lost out to Guangzhou Vissel Kobe in the round of 16 over 2 legs. It was just a coming together, really. Jurakovic just clattering into Nanase. He'll be okay. Nanase. Said going into half-time how important the opening goal could be here in terms of just settling down in the second half. It's a good flick, good defending again by Suprayan, away by Behic. Just got a heavy touch from Truim rather than a flick that it probably needed there. It was actually Romani that got that touch in the middle. Didn't see too much of the ball in the first half. Kalan Romani. Rilio Vidmar pacing around. Behic. Just played down the line for him from Jurakovic. Can't keep the ball in play though, it will go out for the goal kick. '81 appearances for the national team. Behic. Plays for Australia, but is of Turkish descent. Had a couple of spells in Turkey during his playing career. The captain, Bursaspor, Istanbul, Başakşehir. Good footwork from Klinsmann. Nice ball looking for Jean-Patrick as well, but Behic just helped that one on its way for the throw. Given 22 games for Bursaspor over a 5-year period for Aziz Behic. Good play again from Melbourne to get that one away. First time shot, which is easily plucked out of the air by the goalkeeper. Melbourne had a really good season in the A-League last season, finished second behind Auckland, 5 points behind Auckland City. 14 wins from their 26 A-League games last season, but obviously went on to win that final series with a win over Melbourne Victory, who finished 5th in the league stage. Good ball out to Uruki. Nice feet, good ball across as well. Beach goes in bravely at the foot of his own defender, to the feet of his own defender rather. It was Suprayan, the man in front of him. Away by Truman. Shed's just picking up those second balls at the moment and not relieving the pressure really on Melbourne. Yamauchi. Ball lifted over the top again towards Komatsu. Maybe a free kick. Challenged by Iwanmi. Is that move a moment or so ago. A little skill, but again, good goalkeeping to get in front of Komatsu and his own defender. Lovely turn from Hamasaki. Cyprian. It has been a game of few chances so far. Just 2 shots on target in the whole match, both of them going to Vissel Kobe. Possession is 50-50 though. Seems that Vissel Kobe had more of the ball, but it's not the way that stats read it at the moment. Thoughtful Takayuki Yoshida. Third spell as coach at Vissel Kobe. He's been back in charge since 2022. Guided the side to those 2 J-League titles, looking for a third this year. Once again, Melbourne City forced all the way back to the goalkeeper. Home crowd are feeling they're just stifling the game at the moment. The longer the game goes on, the more frustrated those supporters are going to get with their team. There's a bit of space though for Komatsu. 2 players inside him. Komatsu stays out wide, good ball in and a good header away, but pressure still on, pushed out wide by Klinsmann. Gathered again by Beach, who's commanded his area pretty well tonight, Patrick Beach, thus far. Vissel Kobe did win their games against Central Coast Mariners last season when they last came up against Australian opposition. Chase on for Durakovic, but we'll keep that one in play. There's been a little bit of rain around in Kobe today. You can see the way the pitch is just cutting up and being a bit bobbly at the moment. Again, Aurelio Vidmar just made reference to that in his pre-match interview. Pitch was cutting up for official training last night as well, so that may have an impact on things as the game goes on, but it is the same for both teams, of course, so it shouldn't matter too much. That's aimed towards Jean-Patrick, Cyprian with a header. There's Namasé with the early ball in. And again, Beach comfortably under no pressure, plucking the ball out of the air. Nanasé's header. Jean-Patrick chasing down, but Behic with the clearance. Twisted long over the top again. So much finesse about these long balls at the moment from either team. Jean-Patrick. 7 players back behind the ball, plus goalkeeper for Melbourne City, making life very difficult for the Japanese. It's Hamasaki that curled that one goalwards, but again, Beach had plenty of time to see it. Kobe player going down. Is that? It might be a touch of cramp, but I think it's a knock on the knee for Setano. With a away with a finger. They won't want to be carrying any players. They have plenty of options on the bench. Setano, who's in his first season at Vissel Kobe, has only played 3 times in the J-League this season. I'm not too sure when he's going to be able to continue. Signed from Corinthians in his native Brazil. He had a lot of loans, 7 loan spells in his time before he moved to Vissel. He's moving a bit more freely now. With a throw to restart, but it looks as though Vissel Kobe will make a change. John Patrick, Supriyan, under no pressure once again. The defender, the back 3 have defended well tonight. Behic, Supriyan and Ferreira. It's offside, is it? The play continues for the moment. I've got a feeling the flag might go up, and it does now. This referee cleverly plays on though. That's a good advantage, doesn't need to bring that play back. That's foul on Komatsu, and there could be another yellow card here, and is for Supriyan for that challenge. So the second Melbourne City player goes into the book. He joins Atkinson, who was booked in the first half. That was a clever flick. I think Behic may have got back to cover that, but Supriyan wasn't to know and literally wrestled him to the ground. And probably one of the easiest yellow cards that the referee will give this season. Hour gone, still 0-0. Setano has come off. It's Gotoku Satai that has come on. So the first change made by either side. Sakai was actually born in New York in the USA to a German mother and a Japanese father. He's been at Vissel Kobe for 6 years now. Played for Hamburg and Stuttgart. He started his career in Japan with Virex Niigata. He's played 42 times for the national team as well. Very experienced player, 34 years of age now, Gotoku Sakai. He's a left back, so just a straight swap with Setano, who's gone off. Djurikovic. Behic on the overlap. NSA trying to keep with him. That's well played by Behic, just the whole play up. That's not a great ball. Supriyan's header. Maybe they'll have another go here. Melbourne City. Schreiber can't find a way through again. Put in from Truin, but not enough to win possession back for his team. Djurikovic. Atkinson. There's not much forward motion at the moment from Melbourne City. They're having the ball a lot in midfield. Now there might be a chance, but sliced away. Djurikovic was the intended target, but comfortably let to run out for Nanase. those two titles that Vissel Kobe have won in 2023-2024 are their only two J-League titles. So they are in line for a fourth if they can overturn a 4-point gap at the top of the table. Promises to be an exciting end to the J-League season. Jean-Patrick, that's over Cyprien this time. Good defending again from Ferreira. Just over Cyprien that time. Did well though to get in front of his man Komatsu. You can't fault his work effort. Jean-Patrick. It's his second Japanese club after playing for Cerezo Osaka. Just get told off here for a little shove on Behic. Doesn't matter really how many times the referee tells players not to push, it's going to happen. You just watch what's going on, and if he sees a foul, give it as he sees it. Penalty or free kick the other way. Anyway, another corner to Vissel Kobe. Now the movement happens. Melbourne should get this one away. With any great conviction though. That was Gotoku, the substitute. He is again. By Hamasaki, whipped in by Nanase, who stayed out wide after taking the corner. A good ball in. Gotoku wins another corner. He's only just come on, but he's got himself involved in the game straight away. Gotoku. Double change about to come up for Urawa. For Vissel Kobe rather. Maybe not till after this corner. Nanase goes across to take it once again. Has taken all the corners from there, looking to in-swing this. It won't miss out the first man though. Cyprien with the header away. Haven't made the best of the corners they would have liked tonight. So far, Vissel Kobe approaching the midway point of the second half already. Still no goals. Vissel Kobe 0, Melbourne City 0. This result would favour the Japanese a little bit more because it would put them onto 4 points level with FC Seoul and Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Would get Melbourne City off and running, but really what they wanted. So they are at home next against Buriram United on matchday 3. They've still got to make sure they can take a point from this one. There's a lot of work to do here. Vissel back on the attack again. Now the changes will be made. Miyashiro is coming on, as is Yuya Kawasaki. Yamauchi has gone off, and Jean-Patrick has gone off as well. So Miyashiro has scored a few goals in the J-League this season. Top scorer with 11. Maybe a surprise he was on the bench tonight. He did score the second goal in that 3-0 win over Shanghai Port in the opening match day. There's a change for Melbourne City. They might need to make another one here because Shillington has gone down maybe with cramp. Elbasan Rashani has come on. Rashani, who is a Kosovan, born in Sweden. Shillington just getting spoken to by the referee that he will have to go off the field if he wants to receive treatment. They may be making another change though. I don't think they'll risk if there is any injury issue here. Maybe just a touch of cramp for Shillington, but because the trainer's come round, he's had to stay off the field. Jason, again, the goalkeeper's come a long way out here. Probably didn't need to do that. They were covering defenders. Cyprian got there first. Jurikovic, by the way, was the player that went off for Melbourne City. Shillington's back on for the moment. I think the referee just asking there if he was okay, but he's okay to continue for the moment. It's just too far ahead. Your rookie down that far side. That's such a great home record in the J-League this season. Vissel Kobe, they'll be disappointed if they can't manage to take the 3 points from this. Different levels, of course, playing on a continental stage as opposed to a domestic stage. Gotoku just a little bit frustrated. Not too sure what's going on. There's a few arguments over there at the moment. Things to do with Shillington, who is now going off, it would appear. It's going to be Beckham Baker that's coming on. It's a forced change for Melbourne City. One of the youngsters in the squad, Beckham Baker. This is about the sort of time of the game you'd expect to see those sort of multiple substitutions coming. All over the top again, he's way too close to the goalkeeper. Just 17 years of age, Beckham Baker plays for the under-17 national team as well as Melbourne City. It's only his second appearance. He did make a debut in the Australia Cup. Actually came on in the last minute in that game in July. Oh, there's a heavy collision. Cyprian came flying in there. But it is the Japanese player that's gone into the book. Well, it was a full-blooded challenge from both players. Cyprian has come off worse. He just had to recheck, and there's it's like a body check from Komatsu, who was almost already on his way down. Seemed to pick himself back up again, but managed to get out of the way, unfortunately, so it does go into the book. Another youth international, Ren Komatsu. He's only played 3 league games for Vissel Kobe. You do tend to find these teams play different players in these continental games, because you are allowed a bigger quota of foreigners, unlimited foreigners in the AFC competitions. First yellow card for Vissel Kobe of the evening. But we still haven't had any goals yet. Behic with a free kick. Away by Klinsmann. A foul by Nanase. Play continues. It was played in by Rashani. Baker. That had all the makings of a dangerous ball into the box there from Beckham Baker, the youngster. Keen to make a name for himself. Those fresh legs up front now. Rashani. Baker playing wide on the right. There is Rashani. Away by Behic. Offside flag up against Romani. It's a tough place to come. I think any team going to Japan and getting a result from any confederation is a good result. You can hear that atmosphere. It's so intimidating sometimes for the visiting sides to play in Japan. Almost every Japanese club has a similar kind of mindset from their supporters. But Melbourne City have come here, they've been resolute at the back. Haven't created a lot of chances in fairness, but points away from home. Will be, for them, I'm sure, a good result when you consider where Vissel Kobe are in the J-League at the moment. By comparison, the Japanese will be disappointed that they can't make their home advantage count if they can't get a goal. Still work to do here for the visitors if they are to try and keep this point intact. Good play again from Ferreira at the back. Really have defended well, but here's a chance for Vissel Kobe. Half cleared. Oh, it's a free header in front of goal! Good save by the legs of Beach. It was Miyashiro, the top scorer, who got the head on it. He scored so many goals like that in the J-League this season, but that was a really good point-blank save by Patrick Beach, who just spread himself. Danger's not over yet, just over Miyashiro that time. Behic gets it away. Just turning up the heat a little bit here, Vissel Kobe. Whistle's gone. It will be a free kick to Melbourne, which will relieve the pressure, but it's a lovely ball in. Just held his position. It was the header from Schreiber that didn't get the ball clear. When it came back in, it was a free header. That's a really good save with the knee from Patrick Beach. Good save. He's been in good form tonight, the goalkeeper. Commanded his area pretty well when he's needed to. Another change coming up. Nanase is going off. And Tominaga is coming on. Three changes made by Takayuki Yoshida, and they're all down the Vissel Kobe right back, the right of the holding midfielders and the right of the striker, Jean-Patrick. So he's changed his right-hand side completely. Maybe that's where he sees the threat coming in the remaining minutes for Ulsan. We're into the final 10 minutes. Long ball over the top again, but easily gathered in by the goalkeeper. Vissel Kobe's remaining fixtures are pretty much dominated by Korean and Chinese opposition. They play Gangwon, then followed by Ulsan Hyundai, Shanghai Shenhua, Chengdu Rongcheng, FC Seoul, and their final game is against the Malaysians, Johor Darul Taksim. There's another injury here too. Another Melbourne player. It's Kanamori. Just looks like a bit of cramp. Maybe just got his heel good, just overstretched there slightly. It is that stage of the game where one or two cramps will start to creep in a little bit. Uzbekistan referee calling on the medical team. It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say at the end of this, Aurelio Vidmar. Looks like preparing to make another couple of changes anyway here. Melbourne City. Akeem Gerald is coming on. Well, Akeem Gerald is just 15 years of age. Bastian Kutleshi is also coming on. Well, just to jump in the gun a little bit there, Kusleschi wasn't told to come on. Gerald also made his debut in that Australia Cup match, the same as Beckham Baker. So many youngsters in world football these days. 15 years of age, Gerald. Vissel Kutleschi is just 16. It's a trip which I think is going to earn a yellow card here. It was a somewhat delayed reaction. It's not going to be a yellow card for Atkinson, just a telling off from the referee. Although the captain Toole has come a long way here to protest about that decision. So we've got a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old on the field for Melbourne City at the moment. Great moment for them to be able to play in this sort of atmosphere as well. This is what you work so hard for as a youngster. Get yourself onto the big stage, and there are no bigger stages in Asia than the AFC Champions League Elite. They've got some defending to do here, having just come on. Time running out for both these teams to try and get a winner in this match. Free kick out in towards Tulla. Ball just sent up in the air. Beckham Baker with a little flick to try and get the ball away. Comes away by Ferreira. Ball ricocheting around, unable to get it clear, and almost fell for Miyashiro. And they managed to get that ball back out wide again, Melbourne City, and potentially survive another attack, but Vissel Kobe are pressing them really hard back into their own final third at the moment. I think they're just happy to get this away as far as they can, the Australians. Kanamori and Romani, they're the two players that have gone off for Melbourne City, by the way, to make way for Gerald and Kutleschi rather. 4 of the 5 changes made by Aurelio Vidmar. 4 also made by Vissel Kobe so far as well. Forward by Suprayan. Can't find a way through again. Get a second chance, just hoofs that one up in the air. Klinsmann had his eye on the ball. Well played by Rashani just to win the throw for his team. I'll just try and keep possession, you would feel now. Melbourne City. It's been a hard-working performance by his team tonight. I'm sure he'll be delighted with their application right from the first whistle. But it has been a game of very few chances. That best chance falling to Vissel Kobe's top league scorer, Miyashiro, saved by the knee of Patrick Beach, who also made a fingertip save in the first half to deny Klinsmann. It's Ferreira back to the goalkeeper. Rashani's header. Good chasing by Kutleschi. You know the young players will run and run and run. How one of them would love to get a winning goal at this stage of the game. Still haven't had a single shot on target. Melbourne City in the game though, 5 on target for Vissel Kobe. There's a bit of urgency around the home team now as we approach the final minute of the 90. So a point would take the Japanese joint top. They've got their eyes on more. They want to be top on their own. 3 queuing up in the middle. The back heel's got too much on it, and again, comes to nothing. The flicks and tricks are okay if you're winning. Was Kua, or Yuya Kuwasaki to give him his full name. Just a question of what the referee will add on now at the end of the 90. Five minutes. Maybe still time for a winner from someone. Ziwanmei's header. Looking for Komatsu. Those maroon shirts streaming forward again. Gotoku. Oh, just over the top again. What a chance. And it just opened up, and for a second Melbourne's marking just left them. It was the substitute Gotoku with the ball in, a little nod back, and again it's Miyashiro leaning back, and what an opportunity that is. That header saved earlier on, but it bounced kindly for him, but he hit it on the half volley and got right underneath it. In fact, he didn't get underneath it, he pulled it wide. It's a chance, and he knows it was a good chance as well. We haven't had too many in front of goal tonight, that's for sure. Made his Japanese debut a little bit earlier on this year after his goal-scoring exploits in the J-League. Miyashiro, come through the youth ranks. Was a promising striker right back from his early days at Kawasaki Frontale, where he came through their youth system. There's more cramp. Gustavo Klinsmann needing a bit of help. He's on loan, Klinsmann, from Santa Clara in Brazil. First time he's played outside his native Brazil. The yellow card for time wasting. Ferreira, it's got into the book. Oh, it's just gone wide. Haven't had too many shots tonight. Melbourne City. Kaleshi getting involved. It was only half cleared away by Matthias Tula. Truan again not able to make a clean contact with it to hit the target. Here's a chance. Good save, Beach. It's bounced kindly. And would you believe it? Vissel Kobe have scored in stoppage time. It's Yuruki who's had a fortunate bounce in front of goal, and you can almost sense the relief around this stadium. It's unfortunate on Melbourne City. Just when they wanted a little bit of good luck in front of goal, they didn't get it. And Ferreira's reaction says it all. It looked as though they dealt with it. It was the long ball from Gonda. Little flick. It moved quickly. Good save by the goalkeeper, but it came back off Cyprian, bounced off his chest. And it was Yuruki who had the presence of mind just to keep going, and an empty net awaited him for Koya Yuruki. And Vissel Kobe have snatched what could well be the winner now in stoppage time that puts them top of the group outright. And he's waited a long time. Takayuki Yoshida. He finally has a goal. 94 minutes. And we're into the final minute of added time. They've got a corner though, Melbourne City. Could they snatch a late equaliser? Need a good delivery. It's a good delivery right to the back. It's not only half cleared. It was Gerald. They win another corner here. No, they won't. Got kept in play. Offside flag goes up, and that should just about be that. Heartbreaking for the Australians. What must be going through his mind, having seen his side put up a brilliant defensive performance. They have been outshot, if you like, in terms of efforts on target. But football's a cruel game. It can often hurt you when you least expect it, as the full-time whistle goes. And that late goal from Yuruki, after the ball bounced off the chest of Cyprian into his path, has given Vissel Kobe a second win in the group stage, having beaten Shanghai Port in their first game. Well, those reactions really say it all for Melbourne City, who've given their all tonight. But in the end, the side that are pressing for a third successive J-League title have come out on top. Patrick Beach made a couple of brilliant saves, shake of the head from him. Denied Miyashiro, denied Gustavo Klinsmann in the first half. But it is a huge sigh of relief, really, from Vissel Kobe to come away with the 3 points at home. They can smile now, but it was a tough performance. And I'm sure they'll be quick to acknowledge the part Melbourne City played in that game. Brought the youngsters on. Beckham Baker there, just 16. Gerald came on, 15. Rashani came on earlier on as well. But it is Vissel Kobe that take the 3 points. Full time here, Vissel Kobe 1, Melbourne City 0.